on Constitution Day. President Lee Jae-myung nominated Representative Kim Min-seok as Prime Minister today, marking his first personnel move since taking office. Kim, a four-term Democratic Party lawmaker and key campaign aide, will need parliamentary approval following a confirmation hearing. Lee also nominated former Unification Minister Lee Jong-seok to lead the National Intelligence Service. Among top 8 appointments, Representative Kang Hun-sik was named Chief of Staff, and Representative Wi Sung-rak, a former diplomat, was appointed National Security Advisor. Retired General Hwang In-kwon will head the Presidential Security Service, and Representative Kang Yu-jung was named Presidential Spokesperson. U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to double tariffs on steel and aluminum imports is adding pressure to South Korean steelmakers. With rates jumping from 25% to 50% starting today U.S. time, companies like POSCO and Hyundai Steel, already hit by oversupply and falling prices, are bracing for greater strain. In response, Hyundai Steel plans to invest $5.8 billion in a new electric arc furnace-based steel mill in Louisiana by 2029 to supply Hyundai, Kia, and other U.S. automakers. In local news, with Lee Jae-myung elected president, Busan is eyeing a leap as a major logistics hub. Lee's key pledge is making Busan the maritime capital of Korea, with plans to build a tri-port linking sea, air, and rail, and develop the Northern Sea route. He is also backing Gadokdo New Airport, promising to restart the project after recent delays. While some plans like relocating the Korea Development Bank may be dropped, Lee proposes a new Southeast Investment Bank instead. Other pledges include stronger marine finance and faster regional transit. Kijanggun County will launch Busan's first childcare voucher program for multi-child families starting June 10th. Middle school students who are the second child or later and have lived in the area for over a year are eligible. Each will receive a one-time 600,000 Korean won voucher usable at designated Dongbekjeon stores like academies and clinics. Applications are open until November 28th. In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an order doubling tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from 25% to 50%. The move hikes import taxes on the metals, which are key inputs in everything from cars to canned food, for the second time since March. Trump has said the measures, which came into effect today, are intended to secure the future of the American steel industry. However, critics say the protection could wreak havoc on steel producers outside the U.S., spark retaliation from trade partners, and come at a punishing cost for American users of the metals. And now for today's weather. The current weather in Busan is with clear sky and the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. The temperature will average around 21 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BFM 부산영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Car wheels are round. They rotate around a central axis and move forward. But if that axis is unstable, the car cannot move properly. In the same way, when the center of a community or team is shaken, the whole group can become unstable. That's why the center must be trustworthy and well-balanced. Well, hello there everybody, my name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan. Let's kick things off with Miracle by Super Junior.
지금까지 넣었던 시간은 어둠이었죠. 너를 만난 후 나의 생활은 꿈만 같아요. 너를 처음 본 순간 Oh miracle 난 느껴줘 기적은 바로 너란 걸 I couldn't get better 난 널 품에 안고 날아 푸른 날 향해 날아 잠든 너의 입 맞출 거야 I couldn't get better 너의 맘의 문을 열어줘 그대 내 손을 잡아요 I couldn't get better 매일매일 평범했던 날들이 이젠 달라졌어요 세상 모든 사람들이 행복해 보여요 너를 처음 본 순간 A miracle 난 느꼈죠 기적은 바로 너란 걸 I couldn't get better 난 널 품에 안고 날아 푸른 달을 향해 날아 잠든 너의 입 맞출 거야 I couldn't get better 너의 맘의 문을 열어줘 그대 내 손을 잡아요 I couldn't get better 너를 처음 본 순간 Oh miracle I love you baby I'm never gonna stop I couldn't get better 난 널 품에 안고 날아 푸른 달을 향해 날아 잠든 너의 입 맞출 거야 I couldn't get better 너의 맘의 문을 열어줘 그대 내 손을 잡아요 I couldn't get better 난 널 품에 안고 날아 푸른 달을 향해 날아 잠든 너의 입 맞출 거야 I couldn't get better 너의 맘의 문을 열어줘 그대 내 손을 잡아요 I couldn't get better
Life couldn't get better. What a great motto, I think. That was Miracle by Super Junior, welcoming you to this Wednesday Hump Day edition for Your Busan. My name is Nick. And speaking of Super Junior, idol groups, do you like idol groups? Do you like boy bands, girl bands, K-pop groups? You know, these days, if I'm saying honestly, there are countless, too many to count. And they come and go so quickly. Of course, there are the famous ones, the ones like Super Junior, BTS, EXO, you know, they're very famous. But a lot of them disappear without becoming unknown, almost like they're coming off of a factory line and then just disappearing. But the ones that do stay have tremendous staying power all around the world. And in these groups, the ones who generally stay very popular, there's something called the center. Right? Not like a playing center or anything, but the center of the group. It refers to the most popular member who represents the group. So, Ang PD, do you know who the center of Super Junior was? It was probably Kim Hee-chul, right? Was he not the center? I'm pretty sure he's the only one I know the name of. Maybe. Well, who's the center of BTS? Is it RM? Jungkook. Oh, right. RM's just the English speaker. I don't, you see, I'm not very good at all of these. But still, in Busan, what do you think would be the center? There could be many answers. Busan's culture, nature, and more. Now, one thing that's recently become the culture center of Busan is coffee. Busan is focusing on developing the coffee industry, especially around the Yeongdo-gu district area. Now, recently, the city of Busan officially added coffee to the list of key items the Busan port will strategically grow. Since over 90% of coffee beans imported to Korea enter through Busan's new port, the goal is to make it the coffee logistics hub of East Asia. Now, because of this, the Busan Jinhae Free Economic Zone Authority and the city of Busan created a special task force to develop policies to make coffee a key industry. We hope that Busan Newport will become not only the center of Korea's coffee culture, but also a global hub for coffee. So, there's a center for everything, a center for Korea too, in the form of coffee, or the center for Busan too. I wonder what your center is, everyone. Well, I do see a lot of people centering around For Your Busan in the comment section, which is always nice. Drift Monkeynim, first today, good to see you bright and early, my friend, saying 안녕하십니까. Good to see you. Juliet Nim saying wow. Benny Nim saying number 3. Happy hump day. Happy hump day to you too, Benny Nim. Juliet Nim saying on second podium. Yeah, you're early today. That's awesome. But I assume because it's not a resting day today, you're working. So I'm probably on mute right now for you, Juliet Nim. I would assume. Also, Jinli Nim coming in saying hi. Good to see you, Jinli Nim. Fantastic as always. And then Julia saying hello, everybody. Always handsome Nick. Cute Ang PD. Creative Hong 작가님. 모두 good afternoon. Thank you very much for your well wishes. 인류의 충전소님 as well coming in early today. 안녕하세요. Good to see you, my friend. You are quite early, suspiciously early today. Also saying, Claire 억양 중독적이야. Her way of speaking is very addictive, I would say. It's the Australian charm. Not that I can't do a good Australian accent. Shrimp on the barbie. I'm not going to try because I will offend her a lot, and I don't want to do that. You know, as an English person, it's quite annoying when all of my American friends come up to me and say, "Can I have some water? Can I have some water, please?" It's offensive. It's just very bad. It's very. I'm just as bad to my American friends. I say worse. Drift Monkey Nim saying 130 kilograms squat today, sweating like a pig. It's an image I didn't want to imagine, and as I started reading that, I regretted it immediately. That's good though, right? No pain, no gain. No sweat, no. I don't know what rhymes with sweat. But anyway, keep going, my friend. Keep going. People are addicted to Claire's voice, which is always good. Juliet Soynim as well, saying hi, Nick. Fantastic to see you. Sangmin Park Nim as well. Good to see you. Lots of people coming in today. Great. Yeah, fantastic. Keep sending your messages in. Now, if you want to send a message, but you're not quite sure what to say, I'm going to give you today's text topic. Today's text topic is about if you became the center of an idol group. 만약에 내가 아이돌 그룹의 센터가 될 수 있다면 어떤 그룹의 센터가 돼보고 싶나요? What kind of group would you like to be the main star of? Maybe you want to be like a modern, like a BTS kind of group. Or maybe you want to be a trot center in a trot group. I don't know, it can be any group. It can be old, young, kind of wacky. Tell me. You know, whatever center you want to be. If you like that stuff, I know most people might not want to be the center of attention. It can be quite 부담스러워, right? But there you go. Let me know, regardless. We've got some messages coming in, I want to say. Yeah, lots of people. Oh, Jenny Nim as well. Hello, how you doing? Saying, 와, 1등 하고 싶었는데 벌써 이렇게 많은 분들이 들어왔네요. 반가워요, Nick. Good to see you, Jenny Nim. You know, actually, you're quite early today. Earlier than usual, I think. So it's good to see you more often these days, Jenny Nim. And anyone else, keep sending your messages to #9050, 샵9010 to cost you 101, a Kakao Talk message or a YouTube live comment. Now, I'm going to tell you what's coming up in today's show. We're going to have Busan Times, of course, with the person you're addicted to, Claire, with her voice, to catch us up on the top stories in Busan with the news anchor. Nick's Deep Dive, time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. Then Busan by Chance, where Gina comes in and we discover the familiar yet unfamiliar side of Busan through the eyes of a foreign reporter. On the mic will be in the second half, stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of Busan. Actually, today is My Life, My English, not on the mic. We get to listen to the English stories of our citizens, our fellow citizens. Ask Me Anything will be our final segment today, where Melissa comes in and we talk about crazy scenarios and even crazier answers. Of course, it's Wednesday, which means it's the big one today. It is Busan Quiz Master, a daily interactive quiz time, and the prize today is pizza, so make sure you play along for that in a little while. So, lots coming your way. Make sure you stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, because Busan Times is coming up next.
connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, one and all, to For Your Busan. It's Wednesday and it's 4:16, and joining me is Claire.
Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Do you not feel like 정신없어? You just did the news and then you got to rush in here. You don't feel like, 머리 아파. You okay usually?
Yeah, I'm okay with
really?
정신없어 thing.
You're okay with 정신없어. I don't think I could do the news and then come straight into this
I
segment.
had like 5 minutes.
Was there 5 minutes? Okay. I suppose that's okay. It's not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I don't suppose you heard my Australian accent when you were out there. did you? Shrimp on the barbie. That's a stereotype, isn't it? We all get that. You know, whenever I speak to a new American friend, they always think, "Oh, are you from Australia?" I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah. They often they confuse English and Australian accents.
Oh, I can't believe that.
I know. But a lot of people saying they're very addicted to your 억양. I guess your tonality and
Thank you.
things. Now, are you a fan of K-pop?
Not really.
Sorry, I feel like I'm just full of questions today. I'm sorry, it's not an interview. It's not an interview. It's just my job. You don't really listen to a lot of K-pop.
Not that so much. Always my friends were talking to me about them. I was more updated from them. Not
Oh, so you learned through your
me,
friends.
yeah.
Okay, then I don't know how you would answer this question. But if you were to become the center of a K-pop group, or any group, actually any group, not just
Not any
K-pop,
group,
like 어떤 그룹의 센터가 될 수 있다면, what
probably
kind
the
of group?
worst nightmare of my life.
You don't seem like you love the camera.
No, not really.
If you had to choose, go on. Someone forced you to choose. Oh, okay, I'll read someone's as you think about it. 상윤님, welcome to the show, said, "I'd love to be in the position of Axl Rose in Guns N' Roses."
Whoa.
That's good.
Okay.
Although I believe nobody can replace him. It was super awesome watching their live concert in Songdo back in May. They were in Songdo in May?
Like just
Guns
this
N'
May.
Roses?
Just this May.
No way. I didn't know that. I would have loved to have seen them. 상윤님, why didn't you tell us sooner? I blame you, my friend. That's awesome. I guess, yeah, Axl Rose, he's a very, what do they say? Attention seeker, loving the attention, right? Any ideas?
Only K-pop idol recent one I know is IVE.
Okay.
But that center is a bit too
Okay.
악플 of
Oh, okay, they get a lot of heat.
would not want to.
I'll just put you down as you can be a backing dancer. You can be a backing
Yes,
dancer. That's good. Anyway, you're here for Busan Times, where we
Yes.
talk about stuff going on around the city. It's a lovely day today, so
Yes.
I hope it's summery today.
Let's kick things off with some international recognition that's making waves. Busan has just secured the 12th spot globally and second in Asia in the latest Smart Centers Index, or SCI for short.
That's impressive. For anyone not familiar, the Smart Centers Index is a major global ranking that elevates or evaluates cities based on how well they support innovation, smart technologies, infrastructure, and more.
Exactly. It's published by a renowned London-based consultancy. They assess everything from technological readiness to business environment and even a city's global reputation.
And Busan has been steadily climbing the ranks. So back in June of 2021, we were sitting at 62nd globally. But then fast forward to today, and we're 12th, just behind Singapore or in the Asia-Pacific region.
Yes, what's more exciting is that we've beaten out heavyweight cities like Hong Kong, Seoul, and even Berlin in certain areas.
Wow, be Seoul. That's
Seoul.
Yay, let's go. Now, that's really amazing, especially in key categories like technology infrastructure, business support, and innovation policy too.
Yes, exactly. For instance, in infrastructure, we ranked 6th globally. In business environment, we hit 8th. And when it comes to human capital, that's education and talent development, we were 9th.
And that really says something about how Busan is investing in both people and tech.
Yes, it's part of a broader strategy the city's been working on under Mayor Park Hyung-jun, Busan has been pushing for what they call a digital grand transformation that includes building up AI, biotech, big data, and quantum computing industries.
And it's not just talk. They've launched new government departments, started R&D support centers, and even landed a big win by securing the 2025 World Smart City Expo.
Right, that's a major event that typically stays in the Seoul metro area, but this time it's coming to Busan in July. It'll bring innovators, investors, and tech leaders from around the world right here to our coastline.
Brilliant. So whether you're a tech geek, a startup dreamer, or just proud to be a Busanite, it's a pretty great time to be here.
Yes, Busan is proving it can compete with the world's most advanced cities, and more than that, it's setting the pace for smart urban growth in Korea.
We have Oration just saying now, 와, 부산시 위상이 높아졌네요. 부산 시민의 자존감이 상승하겠습니다.
Yes,
I'm going to be very proud. Also, 상유님 clarified, he meant 송도 in Incheon. Not Songdo.
Not Songdo.
I was thinking like,
just near.
if Guns N' Roses were in Songdo 해수욕장, I think we would know about it.
Known, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, but still, I'm glad you had a good time. That makes more sense, though. All right, let's move on to our next bit of news. From the digital future to cultural heritage, nominations are officially open for the 68th Busan Metropolitan City Culture Awards.
Yes, this award is one of the city's most prestigious. It honors individuals who've made outstanding contributions to Busan's cultural and artistic scene. And we're not just talking about traditional artists. This covers everyone from scientists to playwrights to athletes.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Now, there are 10 different categories: humanities, natural sciences, literature, performing arts, visual arts, traditional arts, popular arts, spatial design, sports, and media, including publishing and broadcasting.
Yes, each category will recognize one winner, and the bar is set pretty high. Past awardees, including big names like scientist Woo Jang-chun, novelist Kim Jong-han, and even the late Dr. Jang Gi-ryo for his contributions to local community development.
That's a serious lineup, and what's cool is that the nominees don't have to live in Busan, just have a record of meaningful contribution to the city's culture.
Exactly, and nominations can be submitted by local government heads, university officials, relevant organizations, or even regular citizens if you gather at least 20 adult supporters.
Right, so if you know someone who's been quietly shaping the soul of this city through art, science, or service, this is your chance to help them get the recognition they deserve.
Yes, applications are open until July 25th, and you can find full details at Busan government website.
Great stuff. So we're going to celebrate the people who keep Busan's cultural heartbeat strong.
Yes.
All right then, what's next on our lineup today?
So we're going back to the roots, literally. Busan is bringing traditional Korean folk culture directly to the streets this year with the 2025 Traditional Performing Arts Roadshow. And I love this initiative because it makes our heritage so much more accessible and fun.
Oh, it sounds very festive.
Yes, it really is. These are free outdoor performances featuring Korea's intangible cultural assets, things like traditional mask dances, folk drumming, and seasonal community rituals. Specifically, we'll be seeing acts like 동네 야류, 부산 농악, and 수영 농청놀이. These aren't just performances, they're living history passed down by official heritage holders who've trained for years.
So these are the real masters.
Yes, absolutely. These are designated national and city-level cultural holders, and they'll be performing across 4 sites in Busan from June to October. Here's the schedule if you want to catch them. June 1 is June 8th, 3 p.m. at Donggu Cultural Platform, Citizen Square. The next one is September 11th, 911, 2 p.m. at Busan University of Foreign Studies, Global Center Plaza. The third one will be on September 20th, 2 p.m. at Busan Modern History Museum Courtyard. And the last one will be on October 18th, 1:30 p.m. at Oncheoncheon Busking Square in Dongnaegu District.
So you don't need tickets for this, right?
No tickets. Just show up. It's completely free and everyone's welcome. Bring your family, bring a picnic mat, and enjoy the rhythm, humor, and storytelling of traditional Korean life. A lot of performances are rooted in rituals about fishing, farming, building homes, hard work made joyful through music and community.
I think that's a really brilliant idea. It's hardship turned into celebration.
Exactly, and beyond just entertainment, this roadshow is part of Busan's mission to preserve and pass on intangible cultural heritage, especially to younger generations. They're also partnering with the Busan Intangible Cultural Heritage Association with support from local organizations like Donggu District Office, Busan University of Foreign Studies, and the Modern History Museum.
So I feel like that kind of collaboration can really bring things to life.
Totally, and if you want more details, you can check out btac.co.kr. It's such a great chance to connect with something truly Korean, joyful, proud, and totally unique.
Right. Raratia님 just saying 전통 민속 공연은 언제나 흥미있는 이벤트죠. 많은 분들이 구경하시면 좋겠네요. 라고 하셨어요.
Indeed.
I've seen a few of these. I mean, I'm not sure how similar it was. About 2 months ago in 온천천, they had like a kind of like that kind of 민속 공연 plus 축제. Lots of people wearing the masks and marching down the road, loads of food.
With the...
Yeah, it was so much fun. I stumbled upon it randomly. So, but it was great. I had a good time. So, if it's anything like that, it's going to be great, and it's the perfect setting for it too.
Yes, the place that they're holding it.
Yeah, Claire, thank you so much for bringing us these great pieces of news today. Perfect for a sunny day like today.
Yes, thank you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a song break. Oh, this is a good one. Are you a fan of Avril Lavigne, Claire?
Yes.
You that generation.
Yes.
This is for us. Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne.
Oh, I memorized all of them.
He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a punk, she did ballet. What more can I say? He wanted her, she'd never tell. Secretly she wanted him as well. And all of the friends stuck up their nose. They had a problem with his baggy clothes. He was a skater boy, she said see you later boy. He wasn't good enough for her. She had a pretty face, but her head was up in space. She needed to come back down to earth. 5 years from now, she sits at home, feeding the baby, she's all alone. She turns on TV, guess who she sees? Skater boy rocking up
끝나네ㅅ 탐구생활. Today, let's begin with a fun question. What is something that clearly belongs to me, but is used more often by others? Many of you probably already know the answer. That's right, it's my name. Look, even in the chat room, listeners are the ones calling my name more often than I do. A name is the most important and meaningful title that represents who I am. That's why naming someone is a careful, difficult, and a meaningful task. Although choosing a name is the parents' right, in Japan, it seems that this choice is now needed to be made more cautiously. Recently, the Japanese government began enforcing a new revision of the family register law, which includes updated rules for naming. Originally, Japanese law allowed names to be written using a limited number set of 2,999 Chinese letters. However, there were no rules about how those letters could be read, which gave people room to create very unique names. Following the trend of wanting to give children creative and unique names, more and more unusual names began appearing, inspired by cartoon characters or even English words. However, problems arose, as many of these names had pronunciations that differed significantly from the standard readings of the letters, making them hard to read just by looking at characters. Because of this, the law now states that names must use generally recognized readings only. What do you think? Do you believe there should be limits when it comes to naming? Or do you think people should have complete freedom to choose any name they like? Interesting stuff. Names. Very interesting. Especially celebrities. They give their children very unique names. You know Chris Martin from Coldplay? Him and Gwyneth Paltrow had a baby. They called it Apple. Sagwa, which is very interesting. I think Elon Musk's youngest kid is called X. Just X. So I guess the richer you are, the more bored you are. So the more funny name that you give your kid, maybe. But there you go. I think it's important to give a kid a good name, maybe a unique name, but not a name that will get them bullied in school. You know, if you have a very strange name, kids will make fun of you. So I think the parents have a responsibility to not go too overboard on how strangely they name their kids. Luckily, Nick is a very average name. I was going to be called Kevin, but then they decided Nick. Do you think Kevin or Nick? Well, Nick, thank you. Yeah, I think I'm glad I'm not called Kevin, actually. But there you go. Names are unique things. Anyway, welcome back to the show, everyone. It's 4:34 in the afternoon. We've got some messages coming in related to today's text topic, which is 내가 아이돌 그룹의 센터가 될 수 있다면 어떤 그룹의 센터가 돼보고 싶나요? 입니다. So, we had some messages coming in. We had Soynim saying 잘 모르지만 for your 부산의 센터는 Nick plus Reration님, 인류의 충전소님, 고수님 번갈아 가면서 하시는 것 같아요. That's true. I guess you know, some people are louder than others on certain days. Today, I think everyone's quite loud today, which is great. And I use loud metaphorically. You know, everyone's very chatty today, which is good. It makes it feel like a nice summer day with lots of friends talking. We've also got people messaging in saying, well, Jenny Nim said that they didn't like being the center of attention earlier, which I can totally feel. Not everyone likes being the center of attention. Saying 저는 주목받는 거 안 즐겨서 센터는 양보할게요. Fair enough. I guess when I was younger, I didn't want to be famous, but I always wanted to be in a rock band. And I used to love Oasis. I still do love Oasis, but I always thought, if I could be like, not the center, but off to the, like Noel Gallagher. He's not the center. He's the main guy, but I don't know, it's hard to explain. I would like to be that kind of position, you know? Famous, but not too famous. Hopefully no one would know my name. You just get the money and the stuff like that, right? I'd be happy with that for sure. Anyone else, please tell me, what kind of center, what kind of group would you like to be in? 고수님 says, 저는 BTS에서 B가 되고 싶습니다. 제 외모로 충분히 가능하다고 생각합니다. You know what? I bet it's true. I bet you're a devilishly handsome man, 고수님. So you go for it. Write your 이력서, write your 지원서, send it into BTS. We could be seeing you as the center. But you said the V. Is the V also the center? V가 센터인가요? 약간 여기는 V니까 여기는 I don't know. He said V가 되고 싶다고 하셨잖아요.
I think 전국 is center.
정국 is the center. You'll have to be next to 정국 고수님. Anyway, keep sending me your messages like that. We did have Soinim saying that they've been tired and stuff, so they had to get something to help them. Basically, what did they say? They had to 오늘 아침에 피곤 좀 풀리라고 수액 맞았다고 힘이 이제 빵빵. Good. I'm glad that you feel better. It's nice to get a bit of a drip, get some energy in you if you're not feeling too good. Feel better for the rest of the day. And yeah, it's not nice, but I think it's wonderful that it's affordable to be able to get medication to help you when you're feeling low energy. In the UK, I would never imagine, I'm feeling tired and, no energy today. I would never imagine being able to get some kind of, fluids in me from the hospital or doctor. So I'm very grateful that Korea has those kinds of options. So keep sending your your messages to me. Benny Nim saying for me, Park Wan-gyu of Pual. And the reason, I want my rock and roll voice to be legendary, and for K-pop boy group, I would like the 막내 Kyuhyun. I think it's you're writing it in English. I think it's Kyuhyun of Super Junior. Benny Nim, I know you have great aspirations, so you know every single K-pop group. So I reckon with enough dance training and practice, you could be the first Filipino K-pop star in Korea. Who knows? You never know. Yeah. Anyway, send your messages in to me. #9050 샵 9010 which costs you 101. Kakao Talk message or YouTube live comment. Jenny님 says B가 제일 잘생겼죠. Oh, is it because Koreans like the V-shaped face? Is that why? Apparently the B가 제일 잘생겼어요. name?
Yeah.
멤버 name이에요? 몰랐어요. Is it BTS name?
Yeah, it's
Really?
member name.
Wait, who is there? There's I know RM, Jin, 정국. That's it.
J-Hope.
Who?
J-Hope.
J-Hope? Oh, he's in BTS?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He does solo stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. And V? 처음 들었어요.
Jimin.
And Jimin! That's what I meant, Jimin. He's Busan 사람. Yeah, 부산 사람이죠. There you go. Sorry, Jenny, I thought you meant the V was like the term for the most good-looking person in a group. My bad. Don't kill me. Han-Song-Nim saying, good afternoon, happy hump day. Good to see you, Han-Song-Nim. It is a happy hump day indeed. Beautiful weather. Hope you're doing good. All right, don't go anywhere because we'll be back very soon with Gina. Before that, though, this is Nothing's Over by Infinite.
멀어진다 멀리 점이 된다 발을 떼지 못해 마음만 뒤쫓아 따라간다 나는 아직인데 한 명도 못했는데 한 발 물러서서 goodbye 아주 잠시만 난
One day alone 잠시뿐인 어둠 속에서조차 널 찾아 헤매어 다칠 뿐인 감정 속에서 날 찾아와 감싸던 따뜻한 너의 멜로디 I hear it, never forget you I will find my baby Nothing's over Nothing's over Nothing's over Nothing's over Nothing's over 질문을 외워 내게 난 너 만나면 안돼 널 보낸 적 정말 바보처럼 믿으나 이 생각에 잠 못 이루죠 다 미루죠 날 알아줘 이미 멀어져 버려도 날 안아줘 헤어질 수도 있어 그렇게 할 수 있어 하지만 이렇게 난 끝낼 수 없어 그래서 그러면 안돼 아직은 끝난 게 아니야 나에겐 너뿐이야
Hello there and welcome back everyone to For Your Busan. It is 4:42 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, and joining us after a couple of week hiatus is Gina. Hello.
안녕하세요. Hello,
안녕하세요.
guys. Hi, Nick.
How have you been?
Yeah, pretty good. I
You been
just
good?
came back from Japan.
You did whereabouts?
I'm sorry, what?
Whereabouts?
For like traveling for like 3 days.
Capital city?
Yeah, Tokyo.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds good. I'd like to go back again, eat some good sushi and stuff. Well, it's fantastic to have you back. I want to ask you today's quiz question, because I know you're a singer anyway, so this could probably be quite applicable to you. 만약에 내가 아이돌 그룹의 센터가 될 수 있다면 어떤 그룹의 센터가 되어보고 싶나요?
오, 당연히 데이식스죠.
당연히 데이식스인가요?
당연히 데이식스.
왜요?
Oh, they're my favorite group.
Yeah.
And they play different instruments.
Okay.
So yeah, they're like pretty talented.
So they're more like a band
They're
than a
like
K-pop
band.
group.
Yeah, K-pop band.
Hybrids, I guess.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay, I could imagine that. Did they play at 공항리 그 밀락 주변공원? Is that what you're typing right now?
What?
Ang PD is typing something right now. Oh, it's totally unrelated. I thought they were going to play. Okay, sorry. I thought that was for me. There's a message appearing on my screen right here. We had Raration님 saying 저는 센터는커녕 백댄스도 불가능합니다. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure that you would be an amazing center. It's quite weird to say that word, center. Anyway, good to see you. This is where we go to different parts of Busan and you show us some
Sure.
photos and talk about the place.
Yes.
Where are we going?
Shall we start? Okay. Today, I'd like to show you like 3 places as usual. So there are the good night views, 야경, in Busan, the night view spots. So the first one is 광안리 밀락 수변공원입니다.
Okay.
This picture was actually like the before, like we are allowed to have 회 and the sashimi and everything there, but
Yep.
now I think we're not allowed to drink or eat there anymore.
You
Right?
like to eat, but no alcohol.
Oh, okay.
And I think the lack of alcohol takes away a bit of passion to go there. But you can still eat there. Just take your trash. But they're changing it with like book areas and tents. So they're going for a different vibe.
Okay, so that was like a picture like a few years ago though. That was like before. And,
Yeah, I thought so.
Right, and I brought my
Good
parents
times.
there when they were visiting Busan.
How do they enjoy it?
They loved it.
Yeah.
And actually, there were some like 아저씨s they were singing 트로트 there at that time. They were like doing some 공연, something like that. And then actually, my parents they sing pretty well.
You come from a family of singers.
Could be. And then my mom was like she was having so much fun and she joined the 트로트. But like she doesn't know how to sing 트로트, of course. So she sang a Chinese song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they kind of match the beat to this song? Or?
Not really. Like there was not really a beat when she was singing that because they didn't really know that song. So she was just saying without the background music.
Wow.
For a while.
I guess that's where you get it from then, right? 집안 내력인가 봐요. That's really cool. I have good memories of going there, and sometimes you would see like saxophone players and things like that. Something about the vibe was just amazing. On a hot summer, like July evening, having 광어, 우럭, and then also having like pajeon.
And 땀 냄새.
And 땀 냄새, that was all part of the deal. I didn't mind it. It was all part of the deal.
Yeah.
It was a great vibe. But things change and it has a
Sure.
different 매력 now. So, have you been recently?
Not really, but I'm probably going to go visit there like next week.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, first place, it was 밀락
밀락.
주변공원.
So the next one Can you make a guess? Oh, sorry.
That's a
answer's
picture.
already
Oh,
there.
wait, I can't tell from that picture. Oh, there's a boat and there's a bridge.
Yeah.
That's a huge cruise ship.
Yeah. So it's the the 친수공원, 부산항 친수공원.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
북한 진수공원.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah. Oh, I call that 부산항공원. So, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like one of my friends, she used to work around that area. So, like when she had yagun or something, when she was stressed out, she would go walk there around like that. And then I went there with her one time. That was pretty that was pretty healing time there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I like is that because it's still kind of semi under construction, like the east side or the west side, it's there aren't too many people. And I went last summer for the first time, I think, and there's a nice area, just a little bit of water on the walkway, and everyone was just taking their shoes and socks off and just like having a relaxing 저녁 in there. And it was really nice vibe. Quiet, families, beautiful lights as well.
This park is actually connect to Busan Station. And you
Right.
can just walk right through that.
Yeah. And then when the opera house is finished, that's probably going to be an even bigger spectacle, right?
It's like a good yagyong place.
For sure. Great. All right then. So where was the third place?
Okay, the next one, 달맞이 고개.
That's 달맞이? That's 달맞이?
Yeah.
Wait, that is? Oh,
Yeah.
I would not recognize. I mean, I would not recognize it from the picture. Okay. Now this place is very famous in Busan, right? 달맞이 고개. Tell us a bit about it.
So this place is actually, like you go up the hill. And then there is like a parking lot, like a 주차장 right in front of those like cafes, restaurants there.
Yeah.
And when I used to live in Haeundae, I went there a lot. Like there were like good wine bars. I want to say like wine bars.
Oh, wine bars. Oh.
Yeah. So this area is actually like you can see some cafes there.
Yeah.
This is areas that was like I used to go there a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were wine bars there. That's really cool. I imagine it's perfect, right? Bit of yagyang, maybe in the 벚꽃 season.
Yes.
Bit of wine, nice glass of rosé to match. That would be really nice. I like to go. I used to go there for like 간장게장 and stuff. I'm not going to say any brand names, but I like that place. There's only one, I think.
And it's close to 청사포. And 청사포 is down there, right?
For sure, exactly.
Yeah.
Ration saying 야경 사진이 멋지네요. 가보고 싶어요. Yeah, you totally should. Great stuff. Yeah, it's nice. I guess, I heard that, most people go there during the 벚꽃 season, but they're adding a lot more things to do outside of that season, so it's going to become more popular throughout the year, I think. Great stuff. Now, we've seen a little bit of Busan, which is always lovely. Now, we've got people messaging in saying, Jinlinim says, 지네제 심장 뛸 준비 완. It's going to be exciting because we're all looking forward to the song that you're going to be singing. I did have a sneak peek. And this is one of my favorite songs. So I'm ready to enjoy.
So this song is one of my favorite songs. Like, when I like to listen to when I go on some night walks. So it's called Moon River.
Brilliant. Are you singing the Breakfast at Tiffany's version? Or
that one.
Okay, great stuff. Take it away.
Waiting very friend. Huckleberry friend.
Thank you very much.
Buonissimo, bellissimo. I loved it. That was amazing. One of my favorite songs, and it was so soothing. Thank you very much. That was amazing. Benny님 was like, yes, more live singing. 조현철님 새 너무 노래랑 잘 어울리세요.
감사합니다.
For sure. I really did like that. So, do you like the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Sure, of course. One of my favorites.
Classic right there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in, telling us about some of your favorite places of Busan, and for that lovely melody as well. We will see you and look forward to you next week. You're here next week, right?
Sure.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See you guys. Bye.
All right, everyone, the time is now 4:53 in the afternoon. We've got to wrap things up just for the first half. Don't go anywhere. Our final song will be Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus.
With a dream, my cardigan. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. And the Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. I got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. Get to the club in my taxi cab. Everybody's looking at me now. Like, who's that chick that's rocking kicks? She gotta be from out of town. So hard with my girls not around me. It's definitely not a Nashville party. Cause all I see is the letters. I guess I never got the memo. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. That's when the DJ dropped my favorite tune. And the Britney song was on. And the Britney song was on. And the Britney song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song. The butterflies fly away. Nodding my head like yeah. Moving my hips like yeah. I got my hands up to play my song. You know I'm gonna be okay.
BEFM 부산영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다 축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
From Busan to the world, feel the power of Korean culture. Now, Busan is ready to play a song that will touch hearts around the world together with global fans. 문화와 바다가 만나는 도시 부산. 열정과 희망이 가득한 글로벌 관광 허브 도시 부산. 글로벌 K-pop 팬들이 하나 되는 축제 부산 원아시아 페스티벌. 한류 콘텐츠의 심장이 부산에서 뜁니다. The place where the Korean wave begins. A cultural hub blending tradition and innovation. 늘 새롭고 머물고 싶고 다시 찾고 싶은 도시 부산. Play, work, live, 부산. 이 캠페인은 부산의 관광 가치를 창조하는 글로벌 플랫폼 부산관광공사와 함께합니다.
Let's get some fresh air. What's going on? Why can't I see anything?
It's the yellow dust. You have to close the window. Hey, I know what will improve your eyesight. Look at more beautiful things. Like me.
Can you tell me what I actually need to do during yellow dust days?
Fine. Here are your guidelines for days with yellow dust. First, check your windows to make sure the yellow dust can't get inside. Turn on the air purifier. Second, refrain from outside activities if possible. If you do go out, wear a mask. When you get home, thoroughly wash your hands and feet. Third, fully wash any fruits or vegetables that have been exposed to yellow dust. And last of all, get plenty of water. Keep up to date on weather forecasts for the latest yellow dust information.
This campaign was brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까?
원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산.
할까요? 포열 부산.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of My Life, My English with me, Yoon Seo-jin. Today we are joined by Lee Soo-bin, a university student here in Busan. Thank you so much for joining, Soo-bin.
Hello, my name is Soo-bin Lee, and I'm currently studying Chinese language and literature at Busan National University. I'm in the class of 2025. It's a pleasure to be here.
Very welcome to you. So our first stop, how did you first hear about BFM?
I'm a member of the English Conversation Club Possible at my university. I first heard about the interview opportunity through our group chat. Once I checked out BEFM, I found the content really interesting, so I hit the subscribe button right away.
That's such a sweet way to come across BFM. Thanks a lot for subscribing. And our next stop, how did you get to learn English for the first time?
Like most students in Korea, I first learned English through the public education system, mainly to prepare for the university entrance exam, the 수능. But I always want to use English in real life situation. So after high school, I started pre-testing conversation more actively, like chatting with GPTI and joining my university English club. I've been improving little by little since then.
So you've never been abroad to study English?
No.
Wow, that's amazing. And were there any moments you felt proud of yourself, perhaps finding it beneficial through speaking English?
Honestly, speaking out loud is much harder than studying. I often plan what I to say in my head, but when I actually speak, I get nervous and stumble. Still, when people try to understand me and I manage to express myself, even with grammar mistakes, I feel really proud. It's a great feeling when I realize that my message got across.
I feel like this is such a great way to keep our English learning going. When we are constantly exposed to small wins like this, it really helps keep us motivated. Which brings us to the next question. What would you call your secret sauce for studying English?
I'm still learning myself, so I don't know if I'm qualified to give tip, but here's what works for me. Shadowing English scripts and paying attention to stress and intonation helps me a lot. Accents like British or Australian English can sound quite different, and many words are shortened or linked in speech. Practicing those patterns help me get the feel of the language. Also, try to put yourself in a situation where you have to talk to people. If you stay in your comfort zone, you never get anywhere.
That's such a fact. Out of curiosity, how often do you actually do shadowing practice?
When I set a date and do shadowing, I don't do it because it feels like a must-do study. So I do shadowing until I get used to it when I feel like doing it.
I see. And our last stop, where do you see your English skills heading in the future?
I hope English becomes a tool that helps me contact with people from all over the world. I love meeting new people, which is one of the reasons I'm running English, the global language. I'm also majoring in Chinese for the same reason. Since English is based on the alphabet, I am also interested in trying Spanish someday.
Well, Spanish. I've heard Spanish is one of the most beautiful sounding language. Fingers crossed for your future. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
That was Isubin Nim studying at uni here in Busan. And thank you also to our listeners for tuning in today. My Life, My English as Wednesday at around 5 p.m. So we hope to see you back and have a great day wherever you are. Goodbye.
Thank you, Yoon Seo-jin, for bringing us today's My Life, My English. And the interviewee today was Lee Soo-bin, who is a Chinese language and literature major at Busan National University, who discovered BEFM through her university's English club and has now been actively practicing real-life English ever since. I always admire people who are kind of studying two languages, which is always, it boggles my mind, but that's talent right there. And although she first learned English for the Korean college entrance exam, she now improves through shadowing and conversation practice to overcome speaking anxiety. I like how she said she just does it when she wants, because that's how you should do it. If you force it and you don't want to, it's going to become unpleasant to learn. So you've really got to enjoy it. And I really liked that work ethic, that mindset. That's fantastic. We have Raration님 saying 이수빈님 영어 정말 잘하시네요. 부럽습니다. 앞으로 하시는 일 잘 되시길 바랍니다. I'm sure she appreciates your support, Raration님. Thank you for your words of encouragement. All right. Well, the time is now 5:06 in the afternoon. We will have My Life, My English every single Wednesday for you to hear and be inspired. It's definitely an inspiring time of the day. I want to remind you of today's text topic. If you wanted to message in, but you're not quite sure what to say, you can answer the message of the day, which is You got to imagine yourself as being somebody who loves attention, somebody who wants to be the center, the main star of a group, of a boy band or a girl band or a whatever, K-pop group. 네, 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 내가 아이돌 그룹의 센터가 될 수 있다면 어떤 그룹의 센터가 되어보고 싶나요? 가 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문입니다. You can send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, to cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message, or a YouTube live comment. Lots of ways to get involved. Let me know what you think. And also, there will be more reasons to message in. For today's Quiz Master is coming up next. We are going to be going over the Busan 지하철. So you got to get your thinking caps on, maybe get a map out if you have a Busan subway map, because the prize today will be pizza. There's a lot to play for, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a song break. We're going to listen to 대박 사건 by BAP.
Have you seen that girl?
Yes, you know she bad.
She got me crash and burn.
Hold up. 말도 안 돼. 정말 완벽해. 숨이 가빠. 이건 반칙인 걸. 너의 눈, 그 입, 그 모든 게 나의 맘을 다 흔들어 놓은 걸. 잊지 못할 그녀의 처음 느낀 게 바보처럼 내 아낌없네. 가슴이 고장난 것처럼 난 사랑에 불이 나고 심장만 쿵쿵쿵 뛰고 제발 살려줘. My girl, 널 보면 숨이 가빠. 널 보면 너의 심장만 쿵쿵쿵 뛰고 널 찾고 where you are 널 기다려. 널 이제 만난고 나 진짜 대박 사건. 아무리 봐도 널 알고 싶어. 고난이게 내 맘 모를 girl. 자꾸 널 생각해 girl. 내 첫사랑도 있게 했어 너. 계속 네가 가라고 해도 난 네가 가라고 말하고 마치 cause I love you girl. 그녀의 처음 느낀 게 바보처럼 내 아낌없네. 가슴이 고장난 것처럼 난 사랑에 불이 나고 심장만 쿵쿵쿵 뛰고 제발 살려줘. My girl, 널 보면 숨이 가빠. 널 보면 너의 심장만 쿵쿵쿵 뛰고 널 찾고 where you are 널 기다려. 잡힐 듯 하다가도 멀어지는 그녀. 나에게 부디 한번 기회를 제발 주려. 내 맘이 들린다면 대답해요. 나에겐 가슴이 고장난 것처럼 난 사랑에 불이 나고 심장만 쿵쿵쿵 뛰고 제발 살려줘. My girl, 널 보면 숨이 가빠. 널 보면 너의 심장만 쿵쿵쿵 뛰고 널 찾고 where you are 널 기다려.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 5:10 in the afternoon on a Wednesday hump day. It is glorious outdoors, very nice weather indeed, and I hope you're enjoying it. Although it was quite warm, stay in the shade if you can or wear lots of sun cream. It's really getting to summer now. I do love that. I hope you're doing well. Regardless, we got a message from 만학도 영어님 who just says 안녕하세요. 만약 제가 걸그룹의 센터가 될 수 있다면 저는 소녀시대의 멤버가 되고 싶어요. 좋은 노래가 너무 많아요. They are the classic, of course, huge, I guess back in their day. That's awesome. That's great to know. Because you like their music. That's as good of a reason as any to want to be the center of their group. Well, everyone, keep sending messages for today's text topic, and we're going to move on to another quiz right now. It is Busan Quiz Master time. This is a segment where you have the opportunity to win a prize by guessing the answer and or if you're lucky, you'll get chosen. So we have a different quiz every single day. Today is Wednesday, which means it's Busan Subway quiz. Busan Subway, that's right, Busan 지하철, which first opened in 1985 with 17 different stations, making Busan the second city in South Korea and the third in the Korean peninsula to have a metro system. There are 6 lines with 158 stations, including the Busan Kimhae light rail and the Donghae line. So, every Wednesday, we're going to choose one Busan metro station, and you have to guess which station it is. We're going to be giving you some hints, so don't worry about that. 네, 부산의 한 지하철역에 관한 힌트를 듣고 어떤 역에 대한 이야기인지 맞춰주시면 됩니다. 네, 오늘은 어떤 역으로 떠나볼까요? So remember, today's prize, it's big, it's pizza. You could win a pizza coupon, so everything to play for. Send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101, KakaoTalk message or YouTube live comment. Okay, hint number 1. It is located in Yeonjaegu district. Yeonjaegu district. So that narrows down the field quite a lot. If you are familiar with your geography area or your geography of Busan, this should be a fairly easy one for you. Anyway, that's the first hint, Yeonjaegu district. Hint number 2. As of 2024, the station serves 13,987 passengers per day. This station becomes very crowded during baseball season. So during baseball season, it becomes very crowded. I think that's a huge hint right there. You got to think which places, which stations are popular during 야구 seasons, right? We have Horatio saying 지하철 퀴즈가 은근 난이도가 높아요. It is difficult, and I think even if you're a resident of Busan, it can be, if you don't take the subway that often, you're not going to take every single line. I rarely take line 3 or 4. I really just take line 2. That's where Centum is on right now. So, hint number 3. In 2009, a nickname contest for the station was held, and Victorium, a combination of victory plus stadium, was selected. So, it has a nickname, Victorium. I like that. Victory plus stadium. In June of 2019, Busan City allowed commercial advertising at this station for the first time, and a BTS member's advertisement was placed on the station wall. So, quite a big station, right? In 2019, BTS members' advertisement placed on the wall because commercials were allowed. Send your messages to pound 9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. Remember, the price today is pizza, so even if you don't know, 그냥 막 찍어보세요. Take a guess. You can be wrong. It doesn't matter. The song we're going to listen to before we come back will be Ribbon by Beast.
버리고만 해요. 설마 했던 이별이 가까이 다가와 버렸네요. 정말로 아마도 지금 이 순간이 가장 힘든 순간이요. 내겐 걱정 말아요. 그래도 그대와만하진 않아요. 모든 걸 잃어도 돌릴 수 없고 소중한 걸 지킬 수조차 없는 초라한 내 모습 뗄 수 없는 입술이 그대 잡을 수 없게 하죠. 난 다시 한번 불려버린 우리를 예쁘게 묻고 싶어. 있는 힘껏 서로를 당기며 사랑을 매듭
시를 읽는 게 아니야 내 뜻대로 할 수 있는 건 지금처럼 지지자거나 취한 채로 널 향해 걷는 거 아주 가끔씩 꿈에 찾아온 너 반갑게 맞아주는 거 아무렇지 않은 척 괜찮다며 웃어주는 것뿐이야 baby 맞아줘 남자는 아니었어 나는 너에게 언제나 부족한 사람이었게 지금처럼 노래 부르는 것도 부담이라면 미안해 전부를 버려도 바꿀 수 없고 싫어도 빼앗길 수밖에 없는 초라한 내 모습 될 수 없는 입술이 그댈 잡을 수 없게 하죠 난 다시 한번 불려버린 우리를 예쁘게 묻고 싶어 있는 힘껏 서로를 당기며 사랑을 매듭지을 수 있게 하여 빨리만 절대 풀리지 않다야 빨리만 너를 놓을 수 없게 아직 늦은 게 아니라면 너도 나와 같을 수 있다면 너무 아름답게 또 당연한 듯이 내 곁에 머물러준 너 그래서 가까이 와버린 이별조차 알아채지 못한 걸까 이렇게 쉽게 끝나버린 만큼 그리움도 쉽게 지울 순 없을까 언제쯤이면 난 널 웃으며 떠올릴 수 있을까 난 다시 한번 불려버린 우리를 예쁘게 묻고 싶어 있는 힘껏 서로를 당기며 다시 널 사랑할 수 있게 다야 빨리만 절대 풀리지 않다야 빨리만 너를 놓을 수 없게 아직 늦은 게 아니라면 너도 나와 같을 수 있다면 다야 빨리만
Hello there and welcome back everyone. It's 5:19 in the afternoon. This is for Your Busan. My name is Nick and we're in the middle of Busan Quiz Master where we are talking about one particular subway station in the city. I've given you some hints about this particular 지하철역, such as it's located in Yeonjaegu. It has a nickname of Victorium and there is a BTS member's advertisement placed on the station wall. So, let's have a look. We've got a lot of messages coming in. We have 김인선님, welcome to the show, saying 4호선 종합운동장역입니다. Thank you for your message and welcome to the show. Brandon and Aiden님, good to see you. A long time, 진짜 오랜만이네요. Hope you're doing well. Saying, hi Nick, 정답은 사직입니다. Thanks for your message and fantastic to have you pop in. I hope you're doing well. We have 염동우님 saying 교대역입니다. We also have Sunim saying 종합운동장역인가요? You can't ask the question. You have to pretend you know the answer. That way, you got to be confident, Sunim. Pretend like you know the answer. Don't ask me the question. Then you could win the prize. We've got some more coming in here. We have Nim saying 종합운동장역, and we have 만학도영님 saying 사직운동장역. Okay. 멜리스, okay. 멜리, I'm just going to use Melly from now. 멜리님 saying 3호선 종합운동장역입니다. Thank you for your message. So we have quite a few, kind of a couple of them going round. We also have 3865번님 saying 사직 야구장역. Thank you. 9868번님 saying 종합운동장역이요. Go Giants, go. Love the support. Thank you for your messages. I'm going to give you some more hints right now to kind of narrow the field, in case you still didn't know. So, next hint. Sometimes, sports athletes of Busan used to do this station's announcements. So, you know, when you're on the 지하철, they have the 안내 방송이 있잖아요. Sometimes at this station, it would be an athlete of the city doing it. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever been to this station, so I wouldn't have heard it. This station, this is a hint for a lot of people actually, a good hint for lots of people. This station is located between 사직 station and 거제 station. That kind of process of elimination takes away some people's answers. It's between 사직 and 거제역. If you walk about 600 meters west from exit 9, you will reach the Busan Asiad main stadium where the 2002 Busan Asian Games were held. There you go. Just 600 meters from exit 9. Now, to cheer for Busan's baseball team, this is the station to get off at. Does that help people out? If not, we've got one more hint. 결정적 힌트 드리겠습니다. It is a sound clip of the 안내방송. Let's take a listen.
This stop is Sports Complex. Sports Complex.
이 역은 승강장과 열차 사이가 넓습니다. 내리실 때 조심하시기 바랍니다.
Please watch your step.
And 스포츠 콤플렉스 있어요. Right? That's how you could say that, right? Complex. Complex doesn't mean that here. Complex means something else. Complex can mean like a 단지, right? Like an 아파트 단지 is called like an apartment complex. So it's a place, not insecurity. Oh yeah, that's a good word, insecurity for the other one. So send your messages to #9050, sharp 9050, which will cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message or a YouTube live comment. Okay, let's take a song break and then we'll be back to reveal the answer and choose a winner for the pizza. This song is 있잖아 by IU.
1, 2, 3, go! 두근두근 가슴이 떨려 몰라 있잖아 괜히 나를 보는 눈빛이 너무 좋아 Baby what do you see 내게 다가와 You be 부끄럽지만 Juicy 알고 싶어 나 숨겨둔 너의 맘 oh, 나를 원하니 가지고 싶니 나의 모든 게 전부 네 것이길 바라니 사랑한단 한마디만 솔직히 말해봐 이별에 혼자 훌쩍 펼쳐두는 건 싫어 정말 사랑해 너와 생글생글하고만 싶어 항상 Baby what do you see 두 손을 꼽아 You be 세어보지만 Juicy 그 누구보다 네가 제일 좋아 oh, 나를 원하니 가지고 싶니 나의 모든 게 전부 네 것이길 바라니 사랑한단 한마디만 솔직히 말해봐 I believe you Cause I'm in love with you 이런 느낌은 처음이니까 나를 원하니 가지고 싶니 나의 모든 게 전부 네 것이길 바라니 사랑한단 한마디만 솔직히 말해봐 나를 원하니 가지고 싶니 나의 모든 게 전부 네 것이길 바라니 사랑한단 한마디만 솔직히 말해봐 부드러운 내 입술이 네 볼에 닿을 때 나만 사랑한단 말만 속삭여줘 darling
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It's 5:26 in the afternoon. We're in the closing moments of Quiz Master, where once again Narration Nim is betting things that he shouldn't be betting on the quiz saying, 정답은 종합운동장역에 제 목숨 겁니다. 목숨 걸지 마세요. Last time it was your face, but you did win last time. You're a risk taker. I like that. But be careful, you could land you in hot water someday. We've got more messages coming in. Lots of people changing their answers. We have SYNIM, or maybe SYNIM, saying 종합운동장역이요. Thank you for your message. 염동우님 changing their answer to 종합운동장역. We have Brandon and Aiden님 as well, thanking me for remembering them. How could I forget? It's been a while, but still they said 닉형아 저희를 기억해 주셔서 너무너무 감사드려요. 운전 중에 제가 신호 대기 중에 I'm sending a message이라고 하셨어요. 감사합니다. I'm glad you're doing well, and I'm glad to see that your family is also doing well. All right, any more messages? We do. We have 숭님 saying 사직역. Thank you for your message. 마학도 영은님 also saying 사직 운동장역이 아니라 사직역이 있군요. 그리고 크제 정답은 종합운동장역이고요. Okay, well, we'll accept your newer answers. All right, anyway, I think that's enough messages. Do we have any more? We have a new listener. We have 6079번님 saying 종합운동장 아이가. Thank you for your message. And welcome to the show as well, 6079번님. I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer is 3호선 종합운동장역입니다. Yay! Many of you are correct. Well done. That's. I guess that makes sense. You know, the English name is the sports complex, and it is like a complex, like 종합적인 거죠. It's all fixed together. Yeah, lots of people got the answer correct. It is confusing because I initially thought it was 사직역 as well, 사직역, because it is the baseball area, but it's not. Very close by though. So we've got a pizza coupon to give to somebody. Who is it going to? 염동우님께 드리겠습니다. Yay, 염동우님, congratulations. You get the pizza coupon today. It's always tense when it's Wednesdays and Fridays because it's the big prizes of chicken and pizza. It's always like, I would like to win that too. But don't worry, if you keep playing, you're going to win it someday. This is it's the law of probability. So keep going, keep guessing, keep participating, and you could win. All right, everyone, the time is now 5:28 or 5:29 in the afternoon. Don't go anywhere because coming up next, we've got Ask Me Anything.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everyone, to For Your Busan. Joining me in the studio every Wednesday, and today as well, on this lovely summer and sunny day, it is Melissa. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing much better because I found my lost pen. I lost it yesterday, and I found it. I saw it just on the other side of the table, so I'm very excited. This is a nice pen. Writes smoothly, makes you want to take unnecessary notes.
Yeah. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. That just, it was a rough day, and then, found my pen, and woohoo!
What were you doing yesterday here?
What was I doing yesterday here?
Why were you here yesterday?
I have a segment.
You do
on
other shows?
All-Star English also.
You do All-Star English as well?
7:30 p.m. on Tuesdays.
All right.
Yes.
Be honest. Which do you like more? Which is better?
Well, I couldn't choose. It's like choosing furry babies of mine. Yep.
I don't mind being a furry baby. That's cool.
Well, my point is I couldn't choose between my delightful furry babies.
Yeah.
And
they're all precious.
I couldn't choose the show either.
Okay.
Right?
I'm sure Minsu's listening as well. So
yes.
It's like, good answer, Melissa. So, you're doing okay. It's good to have you here.
Yes.
Now, what are we doing today? Oh, actually, no. I want to ask you the question first, the quiz question.
Okay.
Are you a K-pop or a boy band or a girl band listener?
I usually listen to the girl bands.
Okay.
Not so much the boy bands.
Okay, fair enough. Now, if you were to become the center, are you aware of the term center?
Like the main member of the group. Yes.
If you were to become the center, the main member of some kind of group, girl group, what kind of group would you like to be the center of? Like, would it be a hot and upcoming K-pop band, a rock band, like an older trot style band? What would be your kind of band?
It would have to be K-pop.
Oh, really?
Have to be K-pop. I like K-pop.
Who's your
I mean,
favorite?
I like EDM. But, you know, EDM, they don't really have groups, right? It's a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Like Calvin Harris. Love Calvin Harris.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe Blackpink. Who doesn't like Blackpink?
Yeah, they have really
right?
addictive songs.
Yes.
They do.
And they have all their solo songs also. Lisa's song Chill, one of my favorites these days.
You're quite the fan then.
Yes, I like them.
Awesome.
I
That's
know
good.
all the members, not of every band, but just of Blackpink.
Personally?
Because they've been around. Oh, yeah. We call, no, not
you
personally. I know their names.
Yeah,
I know what they look like.
Okay.
I could pick them out of a lineup.
That sounds kind of creepy when you say, I know their names, I know what they look like.
You know, because sometimes when you go into the stationery store,
Yeah.
they have all the stickers of different members from different bands. And if you don't know that band or that particular singer very well, you might think, is this singer in Twice? Is this singer in aespa? Is this right? Especially when makeup styles change a lot, hairstyles change a lot. And if you're not super familiar with the members, you could easily get confused.
I do sometimes end up wandering somehow into these shops, and I think who is this group? And sometimes they have it written down, you know. So and whoever's big and popping at the time.
Yes.
We have Drift Monkey and him say, "Whoa, I would have never have guessed that from you, Melissa. EDM, yes. There you go. I can imagine you raving. You know,
Yes.
bit of underground raving there.
It's very good bathroom cleaning music. You know, you can really scrub that grout
I can
when you
imagine
got
with
EDM.
super clean random streaks everywhere and just like dirt in the other places. So this segment, Ask Me Anything, is where we go over an interesting scenario, maybe controversial, but something that we could probably go through ourselves, and we try to think of solutions to these problems. What are we talking about today?
Yes. So this is an extremely common problem all around the world. So I think this particular question came from your home country, Nick. I think it was in England, but us here in Busan, people in Seoul, everywhere in the world pretty much have this same problem.
Okay.
It's related to smoking. 담배 피우다.
I think I'm going to say like smoking hot.
Well, that wouldn't be a problem.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yes. So this question, it was written by the mother of a toddler. So toddler, would you say that's like 어린이집 or 유치원 age? Maybe 어린이집 age.
Toddler, I think, is between the ages of like 2 and 4, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's more like 어린이집.
어린이집.
Yeah.
So this mother has a toddler, 어린이집 age, and she's in an apartment with some kind of terrace or balcony, what have you, and her downstairs neighbor goes outside on his terrace to smoke.
Okay.
So that's the downstairs neighbor.
Yeah.
So the main problem is that when this neighbor smokes on his terrace, it directly floats up into this toddler's room.
Oh, no.
So the mom has to be quick to notice it and shut all the windows. But anyway, this neighbor is a nice guy.
Yeah.
So the woman doesn't want to cause problems.
Yeah.
But it is a stressful situation for her. So she wants to know, should she say something to the neighbor or not? If not, it's like always keep the windows closed. Oh, you know.
I mean,
etc.
I would come straight out of the gate and say, absolutely speak to them.
Okay.
I don't have a child, but I would still go and say, stop smoking on your veranda. And if I had a child, then all bets are off, you know.
Oh,
My
okay.
child's health would come before your desire to smoke, I think.
Papa Bear comes out.
And I think there are certain laws, I'm not quite sure when it comes to the veranda, but in apartment complexes, you're not allowed to smoke. And
What about in the UK? Is it the same?
I don't know. Most people live in houses, so I don't know. I would assume you're not allowed to smoke.
Okay.
금연일 것 같은데요. 근데 많은 사람들이 이런 경험을 많이 해봤을 것 같은데요. 내가 뭐 아파트 I don't know, like 10층에 사는데 그 아래층에 사는 사람이 막 베란다에 나가가지고 담배를 피우는 거예요. And that's, yeah, I'm sure, Ang PD, do you live in an apartment? Have you experienced smoke smell? What do you do? What do you do? 어떻게 하실 거예요?
I yell
Yeah.
Oh, yelling. Oh, wow. Just
머리 외쳐.
straight up yelling.
Yeah.
It's always the people who look the most innocent who are
Yeah.
doing the things you wouldn't expect.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I'm a bit more passive aggressive. Like, so I might not go like, 담배 피우지 마세요. I'll be like, 담배 냄새, 역겨워 진짜. You know, I'll be like, really loudly so they can
Okay.
maybe hear it. And then if it doesn't stop, you go to the 경비 아저씨. 일러야지.
What if your building doesn't have 경비 아저씨?
Then I think in some cases you can call the police. Can you not? If it's
Really?
really bad.
For smoking?
If it's illegal.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the law in verandas.
Mhm.
I'd have to double check that. But if it is illegal, then I would call the police, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, because you know we have a ration님 saying 담배 에티켓은 기본 중에 기본인데 우리 주위에 안 지키시는 분들이 많은 게 안타깝습니다. Yeah, so smoking etiquette is the most basic of fundamentals, right? And there are lots of people around that don't keep that etiquette, so it's a shame. Yeah.
Yes.
Drift Monkey님 saying 앙피디님 yelling cutely. 피우지 마세요. 앙. We have someone called Alexa Nalinim saying, the album family sends love and energy to Melissa.
Yes, album.
Who's the? I misread it as
so-
Adam's family at first.
Yes.
Who is
Album, whose sister is Olivia, other sister Charlotte,
Okay.
brother William.
Friends
yes.
of yours?
Hello.
Friends
Yes,
in-
yes.
oh.
They are up in Seoul.
Oh, welcome to the
So,
show.
yes.
You got friends in Seoul.
Yeah. Why do you look so shocked?
Your network
I have,
stretches very
I have
far.
friends, Nick.
You do? Bit in Seoul? In Seoul. Anyway. So let's get back to this issue. Smoking in a veranda with my toddler who's kind of playing in the veranda area.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And so, because this is such a common problem in the world, I turned to people of the internet and ChatGPT for our advice today.
Okay.
Listeners, your advice is probably better, so let
Yeah.
us know what you do. But advice number 1. So this woman does have a toddler, and so because of that, every time he smokes, this came from Joyce online, every time he smokes downstairs, open your window and play Baby Shark loudly. Your neighbor will love it.
I love that.
I mean, so the toddler is going to love it, right? Baby Shark, doo 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 doo. And then I'm guessing, however old this man is, if he's old enough to smoke, he's old enough to become enraged
Yes.
on like the third time he hears Baby Shark.
Sure. I love this 치사한 복수. I just love it. There are laws, like for example, when the 층간소음, right, interfloor noise stomping.
Oh, yes.
It's illegal to get revenge. So I know if they're banging loudly, and I've read some stories of people attaching like speakers to the ceiling, and sending
okay.
the vibrations back. That apparently that's really illegal.
Okay.
So I wonder where this would fall. But I love it. I love the idea anyway.
Yeah, there are noise laws in most countries. In Korea, maybe more generous.
Okay.
But like in America, you can't have like the popcorn 터뜨린다. That is illegal.
Wait, you can't make popcorn? Or
No,
throwing
like
popcorn,
the
exploding
You
it?
don't know this sound. The car, bum 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 bum.
Oh.
Like you can't have the loud exhaust.
Okay.
This is illegal.
popcorn 터뜨리는 거.
Is that not a real thing? I thought that's a real
I
word.
guess it
Did
is.
somebody lie to me at
it's
some
perfect.
point?
It's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Interesting. I thought you meant it was illegal to make popcorn, actually.
Well, I mean, in some offices it is. Because if
Okay.
you burn the popcorn and you stank up the office and
Yeah.
make the fire alarm go off, people get angry.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
digress.
So that's option number 1.
Yes.
Play Baby Shark really loudly as a kind of revenge.
Yes.
I think that's great. The only thing I would worry with that is that you have other neighbors. So
True.
unless you can funnel the noise, put a tube down to his window and funnel the noise through there. I quite like it though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, what's our next one?
The next one, so this came from a different commenter, Lori. She said, buy a fan and aim it outward. So try to blow any smoke coming in back outside. And she added, keep the doors and windows closed when the fan is not running.
That's a very selfless answer.
Yes. Yes, it's very non-confrontational,
Yeah.
right? You just deal with the situation on your own. I mean, the first one also, you're kind of dealing with it on your own, but, albeit a bit passive-aggressively weaponizing baby shark, but, the toddler would be super happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, this would be the amicable solution, but I feel with this, there would be no long-term solution.
Yes.
This person would keep doing it. Yeah. But these are what people of the internet said. We had 만학도 형은 saying 저희 아파트에서는 경비실에 얘기해서 전 세대 주의 방송을 합니다. 그래도 개선이 안 되면 개인적으로 엘리베이터 안에 주의를 당부하는 메모를 붙이기도 합니다. So they'll talk to the office and they'll have like an announcement. But if nothing happens, if there's no improvement, then she'll put a memo in the elevator for people to read.
Oh, yes.
I see that in my elevator, particularly when it comes to like dog etiquette. Like, please.
Oh, okay.
Make your
Dog etiquette.
Pee outside, not in the hallway.
Not in the elevator. Oh,
yes.
yeah. Okay.
You do sometimes stumble upon that. Brainstorm coming. Nice answer. I can't read that. Illegal things for sure. But thank you for your message anyway. Okay, so those are the non-confrontation. Well, the first one is a little bit confrontational. Passively.
Yeah. But we do have one more.
Okay.
So I asked ChatGPT,
Okay.
like an American Gen Z, and they recommend a more direct and somewhat complicated multi-step approach.
Okay.
So I'm going to role play this one with you,
Let's do it.
Nick, to give our listeners a better idea. Okay, so Nick, you're going to be the balcony smoker or the terrace smoker
And the 나쁜
in
사람.
this,
Okay.
in this situation. So, according to ChatGPT, step 1, be empathetic.
Okay.
Nick, I heard your job is terrible.
You're part of it.
It must really stress you out, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, I get that. Work makes me crazy too. I'm so sorry things are rough for you.
하나 피우실래요? Would you like one as well?
Step 2, address the problem. Nick, I wanted to bring up something that's been a little uncomfortable. Note how I'm addressing you calmly and respectfully.
Okay.
I notice when you smoke on the balcony, the smoke goes into my toddler's room.
Very observant.
Step 3, provide a solution. Would it be possible to smoke in a different spot on your balcony?
Let me shuffle left.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay.
That is AI's solution.
You know what? AI, it's good in many ways, but I feel like it can be very generic in its responses sometimes.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah, all right. So these were AI's responses. The first response was 그 사람이 아래에서 담배 피울 때마다 창문을 열고 베이비 샤크를 크게 틀어요. That was the first option in the beginning. Then we also had 2번은요. 선풍기를 사서 바깥쪽으로 향하게 두고 이 선풍기 향 결 때는 문이랑 창문을 닫으세요. And then ChatGPT gave its responses, which were of course saying a few talking points to them. I honestly would not do step 1, saying I heard your job is terrible.
Okay.
I feel like that would be insulting. You don't know his job.
I heard your job is stressful.
Wait, AI said that? AI said, I heard your job is terrible.
This is an example of being empathetic, right? Why are they smoking in the first place?
Yeah.
Try to find some common ground,
But
right?
Where did you hear it from? Where did you hear my job is
people
terrible?
don't stress because of work. Okay, I heard your marriage is terrible.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
don't say that one. See, that's worse.
Yeah.
See, job is terrible. That's better.
I think, while I don't smoke, I think people smoke for a variety of reasons. Not because their job is necessarily terrible. They could be getting stress from other people. Maybe it's just a habit from younger age and it just continues, which is perfectly fine, right? So I feel like you got to know the person you're talking to,
right?
If they have a terrible job or whether they're
Note
under
to
a lot of
AI:
stress.
don't just start conversations with "I heard your job is terrible."
Yeah, exactly.
Could be risky.
AI doesn't know this person,
Or it could be very enlightening. You could learn so many new things.
They could have
about
a breakdown.
company you never
Yeah.
heard of. Yeah.
There you go. You might make best friends with this person.
Yeah,
Who
that's
knows?
true.
Okay. So, our producers have problems with this. I've had problems with this. Is it a common thing in America? Because I know a lot of people live in houses, but I assume in New York people live in apartments.
Yes. In the U.S., most people have their own house, right? And also huge, sizable yards. And the exception, of course, is like New York City, where, you would have a lot of people in apartments. But people are really spread out. So generally, we don't have so many issues with like people smoking and then you could smell it in your own home.
If you've got a large area of land, the smoke, I guess it dissipates into the sky. So
Yes.
it's less of a problem. And whereas somewhere like Korea, it's kind of more condensed. People have less personal space. Everything's built vertically. So, you're going to be affected by it as compared to as you would be in the US or somewhere like that.
Yes, right? It's,
Yeah.
it's very different, but it's very common in Korea. When I first moved into my current apartment, I actually found a note, move-in day, note stuck on our door
Yeah.
that said, please stop smoking. Like the smell is all over our apartment. So that
Really?
should have been my first clue
Okay.
that it was going to be a little bit of an issue
Yeah.
in this building.
I guess they stuck it to every door.
No, I think they just assumed that it was coming from our apartment, right? Because with the bathroom vents,
Yeah.
you can't exactly trace where it's
Okay.
coming from. But there are several chain smokers in the building.
Yeah.
And so then when we had the note on the door, we just told our neighbors, like, we moved in like 5 hours ago. So
not
it
us.
wasn't us.
Yeah.
So yeah, like personally, I never really minded the smell of
Really?
cigarette smoke or gasoline, petrol. I know neither of those are healthy to
Yeah.
breathe in,
Yeah.
but personally, I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
But during COVID, there were multiple people in my apartment building who smoked in the bathroom because it's coronavirus time.
You're not allowed outside
Right?
even for a moment.
And so the result was that my apartment constantly smelled like smoke because when you have multiple people in the building smoking,
Yeah.
and so my apartment smelled to the point where I was getting headaches and I was kind of worried, like
Yeah.
if I go out, do my clothes
Yeah.
smell like smoke? And like I was a little worried about that. But in Korea, I don't know if we have this in America, but at the recommendation of a former student, I bought the Hwangpungi damper,
Okay.
a ventilator damper. I have no idea if that's the correct English name.
What does it do?
Hwangpungi damper.
Where do you put it?
So the vent in your bathroom, you
Oh.
take off, whatever is the factory vent that's there, and you
Yeah.
replace it with this special ventilator damper.
It's so high tech.
And then it pretty much kind of filters, I guess, or just blocks the smell
Yeah.
or something. So that, if you have multiple neighbors who are all constantly smoking at once, which sometimes happens, then the Hwanpungi damper, it can't block everything.
But it helps.
But it does. It helps. And of course, I have an air purifier.
So you bought this damper, and does it work?
Yes, it
It's-
works. When you've got, again, like multiple people in the building
Yeah.
smoking at once
Okay.
at the same time, then you can still smell it.
Okay.
But if it's just one person or two people smoking at a time, it's manageable. Yeah, it's really not bad at all.
It's a shame that it came to that it resorted to you having to buy something to fit into your bathroom to stop the smell. I guess you're not the confrontational type of person then who will go down and say, yeah, 담배 피우지 마세요.
Well, there's already signs in the elevator,
Yeah,
like don't smoke,
yeah.
but there's only
There's
so much you can do.
for sure.
Yes.
We had a few messages. We have Ration Nim saying something I hate the most is when lots of people use the park benches in public parks and places like that to smoke, and he sees that a lot. And he gets very angry when he sees stuff like that. If it's in a park, a green space, it can be an unpleasant sight and an unpleasant smell because usually you have to walk past the benches.
And oftentimes they would throw the cigarette butts on the ground
Yeah,
in the park,
for sure.
which is sad.
I know, it is. We also had 이름님 saying 그냥 관리실에 말해야죠. 직접 말 안 하는 게 낫다고 생각합니다. So they think you should just tell the office in your apartment complex. Don't say anything. They think that's the best. And I think I learned this years ago. I think Haley once she told us on a segment that you're not actually allowed to go downstairs or upstairs and knock on their door. Apparently
Yes,
you shouldn't do that.
because there were incidents in the past where it
Right.
became a problem.
Exactly. But sometimes it's so frustrating, and especially if the office, the 관리실, if they don't do much, you want to take matters into your own hands, right?
Yes.
But then you could get in trouble for doing so. So it's one of the bigger problems, I think, from living in apartment complexes. They have many benefits,
Oh, yes.
but then they come with the downsides too.
Right. I feel like this is a relatively minor downside
Yeah.
because, let's be honest, I don't want to mow my lawn or cut the grass,
Yeah.
as you would say in British English. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have all the maintenance myself, right? If you're in a complex, at least there's somebody, maybe you have to pay for it. But anyway, you just call somebody, hey, this is broken, fix it. I'm not fixing it myself. Yeah, so smoking is one issue. But
So, what would you do then? To finally wrap it up, in this situation, Melissa, what are you doing?
I think also a preventative measure that maybe some people don't think about is when people are smoking in the designated smoking areas and you don't like the smell, close your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say anything, because I've seen some people that even though the smokers are in the designated smoking area, they still complain, oh, it smells. Oh,
I mean, you've got to have somewhere to smoke.
They have to have somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So if they're in a designated smoking area, don't complain about them, because they're following the rules.
Exactly.
They're trying to be considerate. And if you shame them, then what do people do when they're ashamed? They stay home. If they're staying home, then they have no choice but to smoke in their home, and then they're going to make you angrier and this kind of situation.
I totally agree. And now we have been talking about smoking, and it's annoying when it's in your apartment complex and you feel the effects of secondhand smoke. But because smoking is a thing that many people do, we're not shaming anyone for this, and it's totally understandable why people might do it.
Yes.
Melissa, this has been very enlightening. It's given me some ideas. Maybe more nice, amicable ideas. I think
playing Baby Shark.
Like playing Baby Shark. After talking to the Coalition. It's always a pleasure. Very interesting stuff, Melissa, and I'll see you next week.
Yes, we'll see you next week.
All right, everyone, the time is now 5:53 in the afternoon. We've come to the end of Wednesday Hump Day. Join me for tomorrow's episode where we've got Modern Family and Busan with Matthew, as well as Bugalishi Challenge. Lots of stuff coming your way. The show is produced by Chong Yuna, written by Hong Kyung-hwa. I've been your host, Nick. Our final song is Where Is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. And you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love?
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama. I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, only attracted to things that'll bring the trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate, and to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. And you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
It just ain't the same, always new change. New days are strange, is the world insane? If love and peace is so strong, why are the pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones with ongoing suffering as the youth are young. So ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I could ask myself, really what is going wrong in this world that we living in? People keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, only visions of them dividends, not respecting each other, denying thy brother. A war's going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret, it's swept under the rug. If you never know truth, then you never know love. What's the love, y'all? Come on. I don't know. Or where's the truth, y'all? Come on. I don't know. Or where's the love, y'all?
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. And you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love?
The weight of
the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, your people gets colder. Most of us only care about money making. Selfishness got us following the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria. Infecting the young minds faster than bacteria. Kids wanna act like what they see in the cinemas, yeah. Whatever happened to the values of humanity? Whatever happened to the